So today me and my son's going to have to remove the radiator from my wife's 2007 Entourage Hyundai. And it started leaking. I guess the cold weather got to it. So there was the beauty cover that went across here. We've already removed it. We've got the car jacked up. We'll need to remove the beauty or the splash cover underneath where the radiator is. Remove that. And looks like we got to remove some brackets like this. Probably this cross member comes out. Yeah, actually the cross member comes out and these brackets come with it, these radiator brackets. So, yes. And the fan's got to come out. Yep. All right, so let's get busy. Okay. We got the cross member out. There was one bolt underneath that had to be removed. There's the top beauty cover. There's the bottom splash cover. Everything's been removed. Now we can start working on getting this radiator out of here. These fans have got to come out, so we'll do that next. And then the hoses will come off after that. And then we'll just lift it right out. I don't think there's anything else holding it. I'll let you know if there is. So I just removed the lower radiator hose to drain it. I'm going to inspect that before I replace it, make sure it's still in good shape, good enough shape to use. We did not see a drain cock on this, so we had to remove the radiator hose. I don't know if that means this is original equipment or if this is an aftermarket, don't know. I just wanted to show down here, you've got two lines for the transmission cooler. Over here, there's a second one. Those two have to be removed to replace the radiator. So that's what we're doing next. We'll be removing those two transmission coolant fittings, and then we'll remove the upper radiator hose, and this should just pull right out. So we have the radiator all out of the car, and I neglected to mention a few things. First of all, the transmission coolant has two different types of connections. This one has just like a flange fitting, and this has a hose fitting. I removed this thinking this was going to come out, but it's not. This is part of the coolant cylinder that's inside there. So keep that in mind. This there's a clamp and a hose that goes here. Also, the transmission fluid cooler hoses clamp to the side of this. All right, and so that's got to be removed. And finally, I totally forgot about the AC condenser. So you've got this AC condenser that's bolted at the top. We removed these bolts. We also had to loosen the side bolts so it would give clearance on the frame of the radiator. And also there's a bolt in the middle. So one of the brackets was broke. We didn't break it. It was already like that. So we won't be putting that back in. So it's only going to be secured at the top and on one side, which is fine. It'll be fine. So that's it. Getting it out was a little bit different than I was thinking. I don't know why I completely forgot about the AC condenser. Some cars, they're not connected. Some cars are snapped in. Sometimes they're mounted to the car frame. I mean, you never know what you're going to have until you dig into it. So I looked at the hoses. They're old. I should replace them. But they look like they're still in good shape, and I'm not keeping this car forever, and it's already got 230,000 plus miles on it. I'm not going to replace the hoses. But if you're doing this job, you probably would want to. All right, so I will be back when we get the radiator. Currently, it's on its way being delivered to me. One other thing I forgot to mention. This is the radiator fan control module. And these connectors are exposed to heat and weather. You know, they get splashed on. So instead of risking breaking those, which I had already broke one in a previous job, you can see I just have the wire. Well, you can see that lower wire there's just shoved in there. Instead of damaging or risking damaging those again, I removed it. It was two plastic screws, and it mounts to the driver's side radiator fan. So those two screws there hold that together and push it and hold it there. So I just wanted to mention that. You could have left it on there and unplugged those, but I didn't want to risk breaking them. So having removed the radiator and having a chance to look at it, there was the drain plug I was looking for. I was looking for it over here, you know, coming out toward the back with a little nozzle, a little twist thing, but this is one of those where you have a screwdriver and you unscrew it to drain it. Just FYI. Got the radiator back in the car. Had a few challenges. I'm sorry I couldn't videotape it. Amazon decided not to deliver the radiator until after dark, so I couldn't really record as I was putting it back together. But we'll just say installation is reverse of removal. So I kind of documented how it comes out. So right now we're checking for leaks and we're making sure that the water level is correct. But, oh, there was one thing that I screwed up on. The radiator has these type of things for both. You're not supposed to remove this. I was wrong in doing that. It really didn't make any difference. I mean, we were getting rid of this bad radiator, but you don't remove this to disconnect the transmission lines. You actually remove the rubber hose that has a clamp on it. So that's something I learned. I learned it here because I couldn't get this to come off. Also, the new radiator had the pipe coming all the way across. So that told me that I wasn't supposed to do that. So just FYI. Anyway, that's it for this video. This car, the radiator apparently was bad because it's not leaking anymore. And the hoses, the upper and lower radiator hoses, don't look terribly old. They look like they're in good shape. So those weren't replaced. So I think we're done. I think that's it. Thanks for watching.